Welcome to my next Walking Dead Dead City Season 2 review video, as I was able to watch the episode early on the YouTube AMC Plus channel. Before I get into all that, though, pretty important, if you're not caught up to the point where I am every once you're watching The Walking Dead Dead City, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you find that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this detailed review any further to avoid any potential spoilers. If you're new to this channel or finding this channel out for the first time, welcome to the channel. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead, Dexter, UFC fight reactions, or a whole lot more, make sure that you like and subscribe. And at the end of this video, with about 20 seconds left to go, at the end screen, I'll put different videos that you should watch on this channel. I'll put my review of the Walking Dead series finale, the main show series finale, titled Rest in Peace. I'll put that right up there so you can check that out, especially if you're a fan of The Walking Dead. I'll put my most recent Dexter seasons rank, because I know a lot of you like me for Dexter, and I'll put my playlist of my fight reactions for UFC stuff, and then something else I'll put. So if you like this channel, please consider liking and subscribing, and leave me lots of comments as well. This will be The Walking Dead Dead City Season 2, Episode 7. The title of this episode is called Novi Pocetak, which translates to New Day, New Beginning. And this will be my review reaction recap after just finishing watching the episode. We start with Maggie, who hears some music as she's walking in the corridor. She goes to investigate the sounds, and she's going into the Dama's room. She sees what we think is the Dama's burned body, and I put this before the end of the episode, and then Maggie turns off the record player that's playing the music. The Croat is in her room, and he says, "You don't like Puccini?" And then Maggie says, "I need you to tell me where my son is right now." And the Croat says, "Look around. Do you see him?" "I don't know." And then Maggie says, "You're lying," and she'll cut him into tiny pieces, starting with his toe, since Herschel has a missing toe now. And he tells Maggie, "I may be able to help you." And then we have Negan, who's looking over Ginny as she's still passed out from the previous episode. He notices her hair is falling out, and then he sees Lucille, the actual Lucille actress, not just the Lucille baseball bat, played, of course, by his real-life wife, Hillary Burton Morgan. And then Negan wakes up. So it's actually just a hallucination. He obviously didn't see Lucille there, and Ginny's not losing her hair. Benjamin Pierce comes in Negan's cell and says he found what he could. He says Ginny is breathing okay despite the circumstances. And Negan says once she's better, she's going straight home. Negan starts talking about Lucille to Benjamin Pierce. He calls himself a selfish piece of shit. He failed her. He talks about his second chance, that he failed as well. He failed them both, Annie and Joshua. He wonders why God keeps giving him second chances, and he has no fucking idea why. Lots of F-bombs in this episode. I thought they were only supposed to do one F-bomb per episode or something like that, or per season or something like that, but there's like lots of swearing now in The Walking Dead Dead City. I'm not complaining, but something's freaking changed. But anyway, Benjamin Pierce gives Negan something to help with Ginny's wound, with a burn, and then Negan wonders because he says a guy in the church got it. And then Negan asks the guy where he got it from, and he tells him a story about someone grabbing all the supplies and medical stuff and taking it to third floor of a hospital. It's just a story, though, and Negan wants to know the hospital, and he tells Negan Bellevue. The Croat tells Maggie about a place that the Dama wanted to provide for Herschel for his own personal space, and the Croat tells Maggie that Herschel gave him his toe willingly. He tells Maggie about a safe house he'll take Maggie to, but it won't be easy. Negan asks Benjamin Pierce, "Why are you doing this? Why are you helping me?" And, he's just like, "Well, I don't really have anything else to do, and I'm kind of, new at this kind of stuff, and I'm just trying to learn and contribute," sort of thing. Negan tells Ginny, who's still passed out, but, he's telling her he'll be back before she notices, because she isn't noticing. And he had mentioned to Benjamin Pierce to be ready when she wakes up, because she'll likely kick his ass. And then Negan already has arrived at the Bellevue Hospital. And then the Croat and Maggie have to walk up a bunch of stairs. The Croat had a bunch of traps set, and it's hard for him to remember all of them. The Croat talks about fear of heights as Maggie looks down, and a booby trap almost hits her because she moves. And he's like, "I told you not to move and stay still." And then Maggie can't believe that Herschel got past all the Croat's booby traps He tells Maggie that she underestimates him. Negan encounters a child walker at the hospital. He can't kill it because it's a child. He doesn't want to hurt the child walker. And he puts something in the way of it and is trying to back away to keep it away. And then he falls backwards and hits his head on something and passes out. Now, Maggie is having a tough time due to, I believe, a lack of sleep. She hasn't slept in a while. And she's able to kill some walkers. The Croat says, "Bravo!" And then Maggie passes out. Negan wakes up after his close encounter with the child walker, and it's still on him, but he is able to get away, and he heads to the operating room. The Croat talks to Maggie about his protector, his mother. Maggie talks about her mom dying when she was really young, and it caused her dad to go to the bottle. And then Negan comes across some more child walkers, and they're just kind of standing there like they're asleep. And then is this like a 28 days later sort of thing where walkers actually sleep? Because I don't think that's the case in the Walking Dead universe. But anyway, they just stand there. He tries to not make any noise so they don't wake up. And then he hears a noise from above. Maggie and the Croat arrive at the bridge place that goes to another building. And Maggie is hesitant to cross due to, I believe, a fear of heights, or just the heights itself, or just because she's tired. And then she eventually falls down as she's still just having a tough time. And then walkers actually attack Maggie. Maggie looks down and the glass begins to crack. And the Croat yells, "Go, get up! You need to move!" There's no time, trying to motivate Maggie. And then a walkers grab Maggie's foot. And then the Croat disappears and he actually comes back with a ladder. The glass does break. The walkers fall through, but luckily Maggie had grabbed the ladder in time. And Croat pulls her in. I'm not sure exactly what happened here, but Negan finds the person making the noise, and Negan imagines it's Lucille. Negan tells Lucille that he's so sorry, and Lucille says, "You got me up, you dressed me, you undressed me." And he tells Lucille it wasn't enough. And now Negan sees Annie and then his son Joshua, and he tells Annie he failed her, and then she points like to what to do next, and she points at a walker, but it's in a turntable type place, like the doors, with a ventilator in there. And basically the moral of this is Negan needs a ventilator for Ginny. And then once he gets that, he hears a whistle and he hallucinates Ginny. So I don't know if he really saw somebody in that hospital or what happened in there, because there was supposed to be somebody in there hoarding all the important supplies, but I don't know. But it turns out that the Croat actually lied to Maggie. It's not a safe house. More F-bombs. And the Croat ultimately wanted Maggie to kill himself because he was too chicken shit to do it himself. But Maggie doesn't kill him. And then the Croat tells Maggie his mother left him when he was 12 years old. He found her 2 days after she passed. Maggie, while this is happening, sees a light coming from another building. Negan has brought back the ventilator for Ginny. Negan says to Benjamin Pierce, back in the day he showed mercy. Now he's just going to line them up and kill them all. He tells Benjamin Pierce to get the Bratzi ready. We got work to do. Maggie and the Croat go to the New York Times building where the light was coming from. The Croat says he's not coming this time. This is for you and your son. And then Maggie and the Croat shake hands. So the Croat's not that bad of a guy, actually. Except when the Dama, orders him to do something. And then Maggie goes into the building. Maggie sees Herschel. He tells her he's glad she's here. "I was hoping you'd see it, our signal." And then Maggie says she's so sorry. He tells Maggie everything's going to work out. All of a sudden, the Dama appears, obviously not dead. And I had a feeling going into this episode that she wasn't dead just due from stills that I'd seen. And she's got some burns on her still, but it's, below her face. And she knocks Maggie out. And that's what ends this episode of The Walking Dead, Dead City. So, pretty good episode, a little slow, but good stuff. I'm not exactly sure, how Negan knew what to get. He was seeing things. I don't know. I don't ask too many questions, but I'm going to get the episode an 8.5 out of 10. The character of the episode, obviously Negan and Maggie are the forefronts of every episode, but in this one, if I had to pick somebody else besides either of them, I would go with the Croat. Another solid episode for the Croat, where we're really learning about this idiot character from season 1. He's actually becoming a pretty cool character in the Walking Dead universe, if you ask me. So, you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, any version of The Walking Dead, whether it be Dead City, the ones who live, the Daryl Dixon Show, The Walking Dead World Beyond, Fear the Walking Dead, Tales from The Walking Dead, Help me out with the algorithm and Hulk smash that like button, share this video with a friend, put this video on any one of your social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of The Walking Dead Dead City. What would you rate it? Who would you choose as a character of the episode besides Negan or Maggie? Remember to click on the videos that I put here at the end of the screen. My finale of the review of The Walking Dead original show, rest in peace. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. You're watching the video anyway. Subscribe to the channel. Help me get over 100K subscribers. Yes, I know I set my goals high. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.